Hello everybody, this is Jessica with Stamp a Blessing. I am very excited to come today to show you some goodies from the new Stampin' Up catalog. I absolutely fell in love with the PraiseWorthy Prose Bundle. It has some alphabet dies and it has some very curious stamp set sentiments that I want to share some ideas with you today, and also with the new stamp set called Nature's Beauty from the new holiday catalog. And that one is a special one because Stampin' Up is actually donating $3 per stamp set to some mental health organizations, and I thought that was such a worthy cause, and we need a lot of help in our country, and I think it's wonderful and a beautiful stamp set. So I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to try to show you as fast as possible several cards, and today I'm going to be using my Stamparatus, my Big Shot, and it's just going to be fun. So I hope you can just relax, breathe, and at the end meet me for a word on breathing rooms. I think you will love it. And okay, so as you see, I have the beautiful Nature's Beauty, one of my favorites from the holiday catalog right now that it went live last week. And I wanted to show you several ideas with it. So I have several cards with this particular one, but I also have some ideas with the beautiful PraiseWorthy Prose, which is one that I got when the catalog went live in June, and I have not been able to show you much again with my Stamparatus. I created a template, and it's the simplest thing ever. Okay, this is something you can do. I actually did it with construction paper. I took a piece of construction paper, I put it on my Stamparatus just like that, right? And then I took just a card base. Okay, this is just a card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I put it on my piece of construction paper, and I took a pencil and I went around it, and that's how I did that template. Mega simple, okay, nothing too crazy. I was also stamping some of the tags that I cut at 4 1/4 by 2. I won't be doing that today, but that is why you see that drawing in there, because I wanted to be stamping right on that tag when I was using it. But this is something so simple you can do with any paper that you have. I just put it on top of my Stamparatus cushy thingy, and it works perfectly. I know there's also some grid paper for the Stamparatus. At this point, I still don't have it. So I decided just to create my own little template in here. So I am putting one sheet of cardstock that is actually 11 by 4 1/4, and I scored it in half at 5 1/2. And I put it inside my little grid that I made with pencil, super simple. And then on the other side, what I did is that I actually positioned my little deer. And the way I did that is I put my deer where I wanted it. I put it right there. And then I pick it up. And I'll show you with another sample how I did that, because I totally don't want to move that one from there. There is too many cards that I created just having that deer right where it is, okay? And the way to do it is you just put your stamp right here where you want it, and then you bring this down and you pick it up. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm moving this a little bit below so you can see, I'm going to put one of the boxes of a stamp set just right here. We'll maybe be using this one later today. I'm going to put it right there. And I have other stamp sets in here, as you can see on the other side, because you can move this ones. Let me bring it up without hitting my camera. You can move this ones and turn them around, you see? And for a different card, I will be using that fox. But for the moment being, we're going to position it here. And then this gives it a good steady position for when I start inking with my Memento ink in this case. So I'm going just to ink, and I usually ink like going from one side to the other. So I just come at the top and I go, and that way I cover the entire image right there. And I'm going to go down and stamp my beautiful deer right there. There, look how pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. Now what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how I actually pick up these sentiments, is I'm going to be using the grateful, warmly and deeply appreciative of kindness, thankful for what one has done or experienced. I'm going to bring that one out. I believe it's this one. I love this new sticky, as they're called the cling stamp sets, because I can put them right there on my box and they work beautifully. And now I know that I want this one to go right here. So I'm just going to position it. I hope you can see it well. Yes, you can. That's perfect. I'm going to position it right there. And I'm going to pick it up with my other acrylic. And these two acrylics come with the Stamparatus when you purchase it. Okay, so there I just pick it up. That's all I did. And I know it's gonna go right there. My magnets are holding my card down and I want this here. Now I'm going to be using Mossy Meadow for this one. And you'll see why. It's because it's the color combination that I'm using. So I'll be using Mossy Meadow. Now I'm going to ink my beautiful Praiseworthy Prose Grateful. I love the definitions. If you love words like me, I just fell in love with the definitions. It is so cool and it looks so neat. Anyhow, I'm going now to close this and I'm going to stamp down on my Grateful. There you go. And there you have it. It says grateful, warmly, and deeply appreciative, and it gives all that. Now, this is the first step for this card, okay? And that's the only stamping that I'm doing at the beginning of this card. So what I love about it is that you can immediately bring another one and just put it exactly where we said. And I made my own grid, as I showed you, with pencil. You can position it right here. You can bring again your Memento ink, and I'm going to be inking my deer that I already did. Right now you don't see it because it's off camera, but in order not to keep moving, I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm going to stamp my deer right where the other one was, so it's perfect positioning, okay? Now I'm gonna move my magnet up here, and I'm going to be inking with Mossy Meadow again, my beautiful Sentiment. I'll close my Mossy Meadow real fast. It seems like I put a lot of ink on that one, so I don't know how that's gonna come out. Look, I put a lot of ink. Have mercy, Lord. Let's see how it comes out. Woohoo! I'm really falling in love with Stamparatus. And I want to position these letters right here. Okay. This is how they are going to be looking. Da-da-da. Let me see. Yep, I want them just like that. Now, I don't want to cut through both sides, so I'm going to open my card and put it through my Big Shot here. I went ahead and found some pretty paper, and in this case, I'm using the Garden Lane Designer Series paper, and this was some of the paper that I used for my last share from the main catalog, Garden Lane. And I brought a piece of paper and I cut exactly the same letters, the T, the X, and the U. And what I will do is that I will bring now my glue and I will bring those letters that I already cut, okay? And those letters are going to go on the inside of my card. So really, when you open the card, you're going to see the thank you on the inside. But in order for me to sort of position them where I want them exactly to go, I'm going to be putting them right here. So check it out. I cut an inch of the pretty paper that I just showed you, the Garden Lane. I cut an inch of that by 4 1/4. So it's actually the same size as the width of your card, okay? But then I cut this one at 2 1/2, and I cut this one at 1 3/4. So let me show you, I made another card with this same idea, and it's here, and it's one for baby. So as you see, I used the little bunny that came with the Nature's Beauty. I use it for this card and I put it here. And what I did for this, if you notice well, it has 2 colors in it. It has the petal pink and it has the Memento ink, the black one. I use my Stamparatus to go on top of it with the 2 colors. I just cleaned it up and went back in, but the same process that I just showed you. And this one says Baby Bundle of Joy. And look at the inside. I also use from my Praiseworthy Prose, I use this little confetti right here. And that congratulations actually is a paper pumpkin stamp that we received a few months back. And when you have them, you use them. So I love that font, and I decided that it would go very, very well with the baby one. Now, so I wanted to show you, if you have something like this, you can definitely create different sorts of cards with it. So I'm going to be positioning that again where it goes, and I'm going to bring my Simply Chamois. Simply Chamois is actually very cool to clean your stamps when they are right here on the stamp apparatus. I just brought Highland Heather, okay, and I'm going to be stamping my deer, or inking my deer in Highland Heather. Okay, so this is a bit whimsical, okay? You're gonna go, what? It is a purple deer, okay? It is a purple deer. Now I'm gonna bring again my Simply Chamois, and I'm going to be cleaning this beautiful deer right here. And I'm going to now just ink my deer in Flirty Flamingo. Okay. And I forgot to do something. So what I wanted to do is, I did this one here, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my little acrylic to the side one bit. You see, it was here, but in this case I'm gonna move it once. It's already inked, and I'm gonna go down and stamp it. And look how cute that looks. Don't you think that's beautiful? Absolutely love the idea. And I want to show you another one, because you can keep moving this. I'm just cleaning my deer in there. You can keep moving it and adding different colors. I'm going to add, you know what I didn't add? I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add the Seaside Spray. So I'm going to stamp again my beautiful, oh, I stamped the whole thing. I color the whole thing, for what you can tell. Oh, but you have to move it. Before you go down, I'll move it once more, okay? And when you move it to the other side, it will go right there. And look how cute it's gonna look. Ah, look at him. This area was way more inked, I can tell from there. But look at that. They are exactly side by side. And I discovered that with the stamp apparatus. You can do that, and it is so fun just to put images side by side. Now, let me show you two samples that I did with this, okay? One is this one. And on this one, I just put two girls, I would say, two friends. I put some of the confetti from the Praiseworthy Prose, and also the friendship, friendly feelings, affection, shared closeness. And then on the inside, I used some of my confetti and one of the retired stamp celebration. I'm so glad you're part of my story. Okay, I really, really like the idea of using a little bit of whimsical theme here with the deer. So I did that. And then I made another one. Let me show it to you. And this one, the same idea. I used three different deer colors. Okay, I'm sure this was Pool Party, Mango Melody, and Pretty Peacock. Okay, and in order to do this corners, what I did is that I cut a square, a stitch square with a Pretty Peacock, and then I cut it in half and I put them on the side. And this one is for family. I think I did You Are My Chosen Family on the inside. And I used some of the trees from, so I used the Nature's Beauty, and then this one is also from a Stampin' Up, the celebration one that already passed. And I keep thinking, what is the name? Part of my story. Okay, so You Are My Chosen Family. And that's the second one. I have one more idea. This one, I don't think I'll necessarily do it with you, because you get the idea of how cool it is just to have that position right there, and you can move it to the sides, and you can add more, because if you want to add some more on the other side, or you want to do other cards, you just keep those ones on the other side, and then you can put your sentiments on this side, which is actually really cool. Now I have one more card that I created as I was doing simple cards for thank yous with this deer. And as you see, my deer is exactly on the same spot. I never moved that deer from there, and I just kept creating cards. So this one again is with the Falling for Leaves that is in the clearance in my store, and has that thinking of you with a grateful heart. I put 1/2 inch of Night of Navy across, some of the blues, just 2 colors, okay? And this one, the Thankful for Friends Like You, is from Paper Pumpkin, which we have been using in this last Mondays. But I hope that you like these ideas. I really fell in love just creating in a very calm way. Absolutely fell in love with them. I really like this one. I'm going to finish it and then I'll show you some pictures. But tell me which one is your favorite. I really like the bunny with 2 colors. Right there you can see the petal pink and the black. And then using what paper I use for this one. I use the Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. That's the one that I use for baby. I took the paper and turned it around. So I'm using one side of the paper and other side of the paper right here. Very, very simple sketches and very, very simple cards with Whisper White. But I hope that you try it and that you give a try to the Nature's Beauty. It's a very, very nice stamp set. And I wanted to inspire you today to make some cards with them. Oh, I forgot one more. It was that one right there. And then there's one more that I'll bring soon to you that I made for my team as a share, but some of them are receiving them in the mail right now, so I don't want to spoil the surprise. I want them to be able to see it by themselves and enjoy it, and then I'll bring it and post some pictures on the Stamp a Blessing group. But thank you so much. I'm going to turn my camera around. I want to share with you a word from the Bible that inspired me, and it just blessed me so much because it has the word deer on it. Let's go to the word. I want to go to Psalm 42. And Psalm 42 in verse 1, it says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, O God. My soul thirsts for you, O God, for the living God. When can I go and meet with God? My tears have been my food day and night, while men say to me all day long, where is your God?" And as I am talking about this, it just brought to me the realization that I am thirsty for God. And I want what he has for me. But we actually need to make time for God. We need to make time to breathe. Sometimes we are way too busy, doing too much, too fast. And the Lord is calling us to his breathing room. And when you read about the deer, it says that he pants for the streams of water. I went and looked for the verb pant, and it says to breathe quickly and in a labored manner. It also says to hyperventilate, to gasp, to puff. But it also says to long eagerly, to yearn for. Are you yearning for that breathing time with God? Because that is what gets us through the hard moments, is just to have that breathing time with God. And then on verse 7 it says, deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. All your waves and breakers have swept over me. And I felt the Spirit just telling me the deep of God is calling the deep of me. He wants me to go deeper with him. The deep love of God is calling for the deepness inside of you and me. He wants us not to just stay at the surface. He doesn't want us in the midst of the craziness to just stay at the surface and go through the motions. He actually wants us to go deep with him. And I love his word because at the end of this psalm it says, "Why are you downcast, O my soul? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise him, my Savior and my God." And I love that he's encouraging himself in the Lord, saying, put your hope in God. Put your expectation only on God, not on people, not on circumstances, not on whoever says something about you or not. Put your expectation on God. Your happy anticipation of good things comes from him. So if you set time to breathe, to enter his room and breathe with him, if you set your heart to seek him deeply and not just staying at the surface, and also if you set your eyes and your expectation on the Lord, believe me, you and I are not going to walk discouraged. We are going to conquer and walk as conquerors on this earth. So I encourage you today to seek the Lord, to seek that breathing room, to slow down this Monday and not try to rush through everything, to actually take things off the agenda and enjoy your time with God. Because deep calls to deep, and he is certainly calling you and calling me. And if this bless you, I want you to go below and let me know in the comments, because it actually blessed me so much. It actually surprised me because I was not looking for a verse about a deer. I went to have devotion. I opened my Bible and I had Psalm 42 right there. And I thought, what are the odds that I'm reading about a deer panting and desiring and longing for the streams of water? We will find that refreshment in His presence. So cultivate His presence. I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are blessed, that you walk slowly today, and that you walk with God all the days of your life. So thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe to Stamp a Blessing over in YouTube. And if you're in YouTube and have not joined my Facebook group, Stamp a Blessing, I invite you to come and be part of this beautiful community. I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Mwah. God bless you.